Hey Pisces, I'm here with your April 23rd through the 30th reading. So this reading will finish the rest of April out for you. A few announcements first. This is for, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus. So if you want to check out the other signs in your chart and get a kind of more complete message, if this one doesn't really resonate with you, sometimes I find, taking bits and pieces out of different readings really puts the clearer message together, because this is a general reading for, Pisces as a general rule. So if you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, this reading could resonate with you as well. Also, I appreciate all my new subscribers and my old subscribers as well. If this is the first time catching my channel, I greatly appreciate it if you subscribed, so you'll be notified of your future readings as they come out. Also, leave a comment. Let me know that you were here. Say hey. I do try to get back to most of the comments. Also, and if you feel like donating to the channel, I've left that in the description box. All donations are very much appreciated, and I use it to go back into my channel with new decks and new equipment and that type of stuff. So thank you for that. What else? There was something else. Oh, and your readings come out on Tuesdays. So I do your weeklies from Tuesday to Tuesday. If you want to see the schedule of other signs, it's also in the description box. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get on with your reading. I was drawn to the Shadowscapes Tarot, the Animal Spirit, the Moonology, and the Work Your Light. These three I've been using a lot lately. I really like what they have to say, especially the Moonology ones. So let's see what they say. We have Six of Cups. The Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Full Moon, surrender to the divine. And the Crumbling, what are you clinging on to? So with the Six of Cups here and kind of this crumbling here, I do believe there is something that you're dealing with from your past. Also, with this kind of being here, it kind of reminds me of the Tower a little bit. When I was shuffling the cards, I kept hearing kind of I kept hearing transition. So I kind of feel like for some of y'all, what you're dealing with is about to be in your past. Like you're about to move on from the situation. Some of you are just feeling a little nostalgic, and I feel like some of you are kind of really letting go of a past situation with this crumbling. What are you clinging to? I feel like you're really trying to release it. You do have the full moon here, which is a great time to release. Granted, the full moon was over this past weekend, but still, working with this moon phase is a good time to actually really release all of that. Release what you can, what's no longer serving you. What I'm really seeing here, though, is that now is a lucky time for you. The divine is on your side, so kind of surrender to that. I feel like you're going to surrender to your intuition, because it's kind of telling you which way to go. If, maybe there is something in your past that will help you move forward for some of you. But listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, because it's being guided by, the universe, the divine, whatever it is you believe in that's kind of bigger than yourself. And it's going to help you fully move forward in the best way. But luck is on your side, and I'm hearing like the divine, the universe is on your side as well, helping you get through this. So, very, very good way to start this reading off. So let's get into your general, and then we'll do your love reading. I thought about pulling all your cards before, just to try and keep the videos but with this vice versa tarot, it's hard to do that. It's like, there's no back. I mean, I use both sides to read, so I don't know. I hate the videos being so long and there being a lot of shuffling time in there, but I don't really know. I've also thought about changing up the decks I use, so, but right now we'll just keep the way I've been doing it. All right, Pisces. What is Pisces' focus, obstacle, advice, and potential outcome for April 23rd through the 30th? Please and thank you. Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, the Emperor, Eight of Wands. So seeing a lot of fire here, a lot of wands energy. So change is coming. Overall, I feel like change is happening. You've been going through a lot of changes, and it's this side. So I feel like for the most part, it's wanted change. It's kind of more an easier change. When it's this side, it's like change is happening, but not necessarily wanted or not necessarily easy. But for the most part, I do see you moving forward. I do see you kind of rolling with the punches and things kind of falling into place. Your focus is you're still not completely seeing a situation, you know, letting yourself see it or think clearly or completely move on from the situation. Not necessarily seeing that as a bad thing here. Really what I hear here is, what I hear here is that you're taking your time. You're in no rush to like get out of these bounds and, you know, take the blindfold off and move forward. You're just you're not really halting the process either. You're just not in a rush to get out of this. I don't feel like this being trapped energy is really affecting you negatively. We're going to clarify, so we'll clarify all of these and see what's happening. Your obstacle is that you may not be feeling victorious here, or you're kind of wondering, is the victory worth, is it worth all of, you know, because these guys kind of, you know, they have blood, they fought. Is it worth the battle? Is it worth losing what you know, because with every battle and victory, you know, you, on this side anyways, it wasn't an easy victory, it was a hard victory. Was it really worth it? I'm almost seeing here, like, were you trying to win at all costs, no matter what? But really what I'm feeling here is that you're just kind of like, not second guessing, but just like, is winning really the important part here? Okay, and that's not always a bad thing. Like, you know, sometimes we have to choose our battles. It's like, yeah, I know I can win that, but at what cost? Is it worth the cost? And I kind of feel like you're you know, that you're weighing that option right now. That might be why you're not really wanting to make a decision or break free of this situation, because you're kind of weighing like this, is it really worth what it's going to cost me for this victory? Yeah, I know I can win. I know I can win, but how is it worth it? So we have the Seven of Wands here, and it kind of looks like the battle's already been fought, okay? And you're left standing, but this isn't the advice. So what I'm really seeing here is that there may not be a battle to fight anymore, okay? Like, you're so worried about when, is the win worth, you know, going through all of this? But your advice is, you know, the actual battle may have already been done. You're left standing, okay? You don't have to be on, you know, because he's still holding his wand, you know, you don't have to be on the defense as much anymore. There's no one really around left to have to like justify or fight type of thing. So then we have the Emperor as the outcome, which is very good. I just see you kind of planning ahead. Not necessarily taking any action, we'll see with the clarifier, but really just strategically planning where you go from here. So let's get some clarifiers for this. Let's see. Let's clarify these cards for Pisces for the last week of April. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Why is the Eight of Swords here as the focus for Pisces for April 23rd through the 30th? Please and thank you. I'm actually feeling like it's that one. So I'm feeling here like you are wanting to celebrate. You're kind of wanting to be with your friends, hang out. In fact, I think really what you're focusing on here is actually not coming out of this situation right now, and maybe even going to your friends for advice. Maybe just spending some time with your friends at the moment. Like, this is a week span, so what you need to make a decision on or get out of, it might not need to be done this week. And then, you know, just being with your friends, being around, just being around people who love you and care about you. You may be seeking their advice as well. But again, when I saw this card come out as your focus, like I said, I didn't feel like it was a bad thing, okay? So why is the Six of Wands here as the obstacle for my Pisces friends? Why is the Six of Wands here as the obstacle? I feel like it's that one. So you're kind of wondering, is this victory going to cost you your happiness? You know, your happy family, even if it's not like necessarily a family, okay, if you're not married and kids, that type of thing, but you're just kind of wondering, you're trying to decide, is this victory going to cost me my home life? However that looks for you, my happiness, possibly friends. You know, is it worth it? Is this victory worth it? Because I feel like that's kind of what it's going to, I feel like that's what you feel like this victory is going to cost you, okay? It's going to vastly disrupt your home life as you know it, and your happiness as you know it, or as you picture it, okay? That doesn't mean that you can't be happy. It just might look different from what you've been picturing for so long, if that makes sense. All right, so why is the Seven of Wands here as the advice? Why is the Seven of Wands here as advice? Why is the Seven of Wands here as the advice? I feel like it's that one. Knight of Cups. So don't take any action on this. Like I said, you know, your advice is like, it doesn't really look like there's anything to fight. It kind of already looks like the battle. It kind of looks like the damage has already been done. So they're like, you can put down the wand. There's no more action to take in this situation. There's nobody kind of left in it but you. And I'm kind of getting it that there's you're really the only one with emotions attached to it, but don't act on them. You may be detaching from this situation emotionally as well, but definitely don't take any action. Don't offer any emotion, but you know, you can put the stick down. You can put the wand down. There's nothing really left to fight about. Anyways, it's almost like the sky is clearing as well. There's no more fight. It might be that this victory, this battle that you're worried about over here, you know, it's not, there's nothing left to fight in it anyways. So, why is the Emperor here as the outcome? Why is the Emperor here as the outcome for Pisces for April 23rd through the 30th? Ten of Swords. Yeah, you move on from this situation. You see that there's nothing left. Okay, you see that it's kind of hit the bottom of the barrel. There's nowhere to go. And you start planning your way forward away from the situation. I did kind of hear transitions. I do feel like you're on the brighter side of the transitions, okay? Like, I feel like the battle's already been fought, and, you know, you are detached emotionally. I don't see you coming together with somebody. Possibly this could be, you know, a husband or wife situation. I don't see you coming back together with that situation, but I do see you leaning on friends right now for this week. So while like the love and that, you know, relationship love, not friends love, is kind of in, you know, your home life is kind of upside down right now emotionally, you have the support of your friends, and I feel like that's going to be what helps you move through this, and you can start planning for the future. So I'm not feeling like it's very heavy though. Not necessarily always the best messages, but like I said, I don't feel like it's heavy. I don't feel like it's negative energy, and if anything, I'm feeling like things are only going to get brighter for you and happier for you. Like, the worst is behind you is what I keep hearing. The worst is behind you, and you know, you can only go up from here. And I'm almost feeling like your energy is so much lighter because of this. Alright, so let's go into your love reading. Pisces, April 23rd through the 30th. April 23rd through the 30th for Pisces and love. What's up with Pisces and love? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Love for the last week of April. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So let's see what this is about. I do want to mention, especially as of the past few readings I've done, well, this past week's readings that I've been doing, a lot of these cards that have been coming up that traditionally talk to me about a relationship type of thing, it's all about self-love. It feels like a lot of the signs, I feel like Scorpio too, so if you have Scorpio in your chart, and both of y'all being water signs, and there was one other one, I think it was Sagittarius, no, yeah, I think it was Sagittarius as well. It was talking about self-love and like just really finding yourself. So we'll see what yours says, but if that sounds more like what's going on for you, because there is, you know, you hear the cliche, love yourself type of thing, but I feel like a lot of the signs, especially this week, are going through something profound in themselves, maybe even just finding themselves, but we'll see what yours is talking about. It could be a new relationship for you. Let's see. Pisces in love for April 23rd through the 30th. April 23rd through the 30th for Pisces in love. Okay, that's stuck together. Alright, recent past. Four of Wands reversed, the Emperor reversed, and Five of Swords reversed. So there definitely was some kind of breakup or not coming together. And then, you know, that kind of caused you really weren't, because you had the Emperor, you know, in the upright in your general readings, but here it is in the reversed. So you weren't planning, and this could be Aries. You did have a lot of fire, and then Aries, you know, is fire. So it could be that you're dealing with a fire sign or an Aries, but swords have been here too. So it could be an air sign, could be anyone, just throwing that out there. But there was no movement or planning forward with this person, okay? It's like there was something that kind of broke this bond or this happiness that y'all were heading toward. Or maybe it wasn't being offered anyways. So, you know, one or both of you stopped planning a future ahead for the two of you, and someone left. I'm kind of feeling it wasn't before stabbing you in the back or vice versa, but there was some kind of betrayal type of energy going on, I feel. So that's the recent past. The current energy is the World reversed, Four of Cups, Eight of Swords. Look, your Eight of Swords, though, that was in your general reading as your focus, it's reversed here. So the blindfold does come off. Wouldn't surprise me if your general was talking about relationship and what this is going into. But currently it still hasn't fully ended. The cycle hasn't ended, okay? So with that cycle not fully ending, like I said, I feel like this is a transition phase. You're still on the bright side of it, the brighter side of it. However, it's still not fully closed. Okay, the cycle hasn't fully ended. You do look back on the situation sadly. You are sad at how it ended, I feel like. Again, we have the Six of Cups come up in your oracle, you know, kind of reminiscing, you know, looking back at the past. Normally it's like, look, in most decks I see the Four of Cups like looking back sadly, not really able to move on, or not accepting something that's being offered to you. But in this deck, I don't look at it that way. I look at it like yes, this cup she was more attached to than these three empty cups she has behind her. But I see she's kind of like looking at it and remembering the good and almost saying goodbye to it so she can move forward. I feel like you're just kind of saying goodbye to the emotions. I'm really just seeing that you're trying to get closure from it and really be able to, when you go to move on from the situation, you genuinely move on. And the blindfolds are coming off and you're going to free yourself of this situation. So let's see what the near future is for you. The Nine of Cups. Your wishes are going to be fulfilled. You are probably going to take some time by yourself. However, with the Lovers coming out, it could be you meet an Earth sign or a Virgo. This is the Virgo card. But your wishes do come true. And you either take some time to yourself for some introspection, and then after coming out of hermit mode, yeah, that's what I call it, because I'm a Virgo, so I'm like, I'm in hermit mode, leave me alone. My friends know it. But you either meet a hermit, a Virgo, or you come out of your hermit mode and you meet someone. You do meet a soulmate. So I feel like you are doing what you need to do. Like, this I got was the most important thing. Like, you do want to move on, but you're going to say goodbye and be fully moved on from the situation because you're not quite there yet, okay? You're not going to bring this, you're not going to bring that into this, all right? So you're fully going to let this end and say goodbye before you go moving forward. But it might be a Virgo coming up in your future. Also could be a Gemini. But I do see you coming together with someone and your wishes coming true with this individual. All right, we can pull some advice for you. I'll pull a few cards for some advice for my Pisces. What advice do we have for my Pisces in love for the last week of April? Please and thank you. Some advice. What's some advice we have for my Pisces? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Some advice. The Knight of Cups. Now is not the time to really be offering or taking action on love right now, okay? Any serious action is really what I'm feeling. But there will be movement forward. Just keep moving ahead, okay? Keep moving ahead. Keep moving forward. You're in control of where you go from here. Have faith in the situation. Have faith. Take a new leap of faith. You're in control. You know, you're in control of where you go. Just have faith. Just keep having faith in the situation and where you're going and where you're headed. All right, one more card for some advice. Okay. Oh, you wanted two more. Okay. Two of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. Stay in control of your emotions, okay? Trying to get what the Two of Pentacles is talking about. I'm really feeling like you might want to focus on juggling your finances, kind of getting that back in order. That's also something interesting. For some of you, you're feeling out of balance and your finances are not very, not stable, but not where you want to be. So kind of get those in order, and that's going to help you kind of master your emotions. And I mean that, I know that kind of sounds weird, but by being in charge of I feel like by fixing this Two of Pentacles to where you feel like you're juggling things easily and you're kind of having fun with it, not only is it going to give you strength, but that strength is going to put your emotions back in order, put you back on top of your emotions. You are a water sign, so I do feel like you are comfortable in your emotions, but, you know, this was, you know, you did go through a lot, but just have faith in your you are in charge of your destiny. You are in charge of where you go. Have faith and let go. And then some of you just need to keep your emotions in check and keep them balanced through this process. So you don't go kind of like start moving backwards, because right now I feel like this is what you're as long as you can stay in check, keep your emotions in check, this is where you're heading. The second, you know, your emotions start getting the better of you, this is going to change. So don't let that happen. Just don't take any action that's purely emotional based. Do think about your money when you're moving ahead as well, and think about long-term security when you're making decisions as well. All right, Pisces, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.